Hello. Sorry, I was having a hard time uploading something. I still have to get used to the cameras there and not there. Let me let's lower the volume a little bit. But welcome to more sprinting. I am slightly not anxious, but like exhilarated. No, not. I don't know. I'm like frazzled. There you go. That's a word. Slightly frazzled. I am. If you don't watch my vlogs or like the end wrap up to my vlogs, you may not know that I'm listening to the Murderbot series, and I am listening to Fugitive. Oh, what is it called exactly? Network Effect. There you go. Fugitive something is the next one. Network Effect. And I stopped at chapter 20 because I didn't want to finish the book yet, and after then come and do this stream. Plus, I'm pretty sure the book wouldn't have finished in time. But I obviously know there's another book. That doesn't help me feel better when events happen, and I definitely was feeling emotions. I still have emotions, even though I know there's another book. I'm just... I went into this one with low expectations because I had seen people's reviews saying that like the book was good, but that it should have been shorter and it didn't need to be a novella, and that it was just full of fluff and it was kind of unnecessary, and the story could have been told in like a shorter form and all this stuff. I have to tell you, I have loved this series. I do have a soft spot for artificial intelligence, robots, androids, some cyborgs, but like robots, androids, AIs, I have a soft spot for these characters. Always have. Always. So I pretty much right away started falling in love. Like I had a good hard crush on Murderbot. Then they just became more amazing, and the crush started like, I had a full-on like, I had, in Murderbot's words, I had emotions. And after this one, I am in love with them. Let me like be their life partner. I'll share them with art. Like, please. Everyone who said that this could have been a shorter book, you don't actually love Murderbot. You don't actually like them. There is so much character development in this book. There's just so much growth, so much this literally was a book about them. The other books were about Murderbot, but also this like storyline that's been playing out, and we kind of did slightly wrap up the storyline-ish. So depending on what the next book is going to be, or the novella, because I know it goes back to a novella, like, this was perfect because this was a good break to just learn more about Murderbot and just learn more about them. That's all I needed in my life. Was just more Murderbot and their cuteness, and I just, as you can tell, I still have emotions. I told myself I wasn't going to do this, and here I am just rambling about this book when I need to like switch my brain into being able to write my own story. I 100% want to finish this last chapter, and also do not want to finish the last chapter. Oops. That on vibrates. I just kind of want to die from like happy emotions. Ooh, I don't know. Hi, Esther. You're getting here after, unless you were listening, my whole rant of like, I'm struggling with emotions regarding a book I'm listening to. But if we need to start writing, even though I have emotions that I need to chill. I need to stop having emotions. It's bad for me. Emotions are distractions. It is Network Effect. It's the actual novel in the Murderbot series, and I just love it. I just love them. Like I have all the emotions, and yeah, I'm so mad with everyone that was like, oh, this book could have been shorter and it should have just been a novella and all this other, you know, like bull doo-doo. Because no, this was the perfect book. It had all the, yes. Interesting. I hope you can channel some of the emotion in your, yes, that's what I'm needing. I said I wasn't gonna, I told myself I wasn't gonna go on the rant. I literally stopped at the last chapter. I was like, I'm not gonna listen to the last chapter. I need to do work. I need to be ready to stream. And he's just living in my brain. Or not he, it is living in my brain. They are living in my brain, but let's start the timer. We'll do this one. Data mode. Okay. Cool. I'm glad that you're able to do some sprints. I also saw your video, your challenge video. I just didn't put a comment on it yet because I was listening to it while I was getting ready, and then just like queued up my next one. So I haven't got back to write a comment yet. Buttons. Oh wait, let me change our music to lo-fi. It's a little bit more chill to write to. Yeah, the 10K one. Yeah, your most recent one. I watched it this morning while I was getting ready, so I haven't been able to write a comment yet. Banners. Oh, I know, but comments are good for you. I have to go back to the comment. Alright, let's start. Our entry sprint, 15 minutes to get the juices going, to get my mind recentered. But alright. 1, 2, 3, and go. Alright, all done. How do we do for anyone who wants to say in the chat? I wrote a paragraph as I tried to calm myself down / figure out how I was going to word things. As I left off with needing to write the start of a wedding. As I wrote notes down of like what I wanted the love interest's dress to look like and what the main character's suit was going to look like and all that jazz, but I've never been great about describing clothing, so struggle. Hello from Iceland. We'll be sprinting next. Cool, thank you. I'm really horrible with names, but Hafrin, I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. I will apologize up front. Like I said, I am super bad with names. So, got 434 words. Cool. That is awesome, Esther. Sounds great. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you got some stuff done. As I am still trying to calm my brain down from my own crisis earlier, but let's see. What timer do I want? I'll do this one. Let the commercial go. People deserve their commercials. You guys think that describing clothes is difficult? I think describing clothes can be difficult. If I'm describing like a uniform, I can be super plain. It's like cool. But for this wedding, I'm trying to describe intricacies. I'm like, how do I describe what I'm seeing in my head? If it's something I never see, yeah, last time I was writing, I stopped and looked at wedding stuff on Pinterest, and to kind of, for like the hair, and I'm kind of having them do like an old-timey like binding ritual for a wedding instead of like just exchanging vows. So I was like looking up ribbons and stuff and like what do people have for that, because I already knew that the outfits I wanted them to be a little different. But that's the problem, like trying to like take that in my head and be like, this is what it looks like. I think describing different textures is hard. Yeah. Agreed. Can be very difficult. Let's see. Do you have an idea of what kind of type of cloth the dress is made of? Like silk foam? I want it to be like an alien version of like silk, and I don't know if I want to call it silk. I kind of have it as like I mention it as the finest fabric is all I have it labeled right now, but I don't have it as I haven't given it a name, and I don't know if I want to, because I know like in Star Trek, I forget what series it's in. I think it's in The Next Generation, where they're talking about clothing, and they mention some outfit that's made of like different alien species version of silk, and they call it silk something, whatever the species is. And I don't know if I want to do that or not. Does it have a bodice, sequins, jewelry, lace? It has. But I'm glad you said bodice, because I was trying to figure out how to write that word. So now I can steal it from the comments. But it is like, it's gonna be like a bodice, like a corset bodice, and it just has embroidery all around, because it's kind of like a two-piece gown-ish. I don't even know if I want to call it a gown. I did write gown. I don't know if I want to call it a gown, but it's like a two-piece dress that does not look like any kind of wedding dress. It's literally a skirt that goes up to her like mid-thigh, and the bodice is very see-through-ish. And because their culture is very comfortable with skin, very open, they have polyamory, gender and sexuality is very fluid, and they're just very like open, versus her partner comes from a much more closed community. So if the person who is describing the dress has knowledge about human things that could use as comparison. See, that's my problem, is that I don't want humans to be in my universe at all. That's the problem I have overcome, not overcome, but stumbled upon many times, where I'm just like, how much of my own language do I want to put in this, when humans are not going to be a species at all in the main character, half of what he is, because he's like a half-breed, is a species that's similar to humans, but they're not humans. So I want to read this book now. That's not even the plot, but thank you. It's literally just I mean, well, I guess the trope has to do with this wedding, but it's a marriage of convenience kind of thing. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Definitely remembering to write down bodice later, because I really was like, I don't know how to spell that. Let's go ahead and start the next sprint. Oh, wait. And you can still use the words with some adjectives to make the alienness, if it all more vivid. Yeah, that is kind of what I'm trying to do, and some of that is just like, I think about it later and go and adjust later. Sometimes when I'm writing it, or I have the idea now, I have a hard time, because I'm just like, how much do I want to put in? I don't know. The problem with trying to have something completely separate from our universe is what I'm realizing. Versus the first book I wrote, which was a fantasy, and she came from our world, so if I just said something, she could be like, oh, it's an Earth thing, and I can just write it off. But I can't do that here. It feels so much harder. More work. Let's go ahead and do 20 minutes. Yeah. Alright, 20 minutes. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and go. Okay, all done. How did everybody do? I finished the scene. Love interest scene. I finished her scene of wedding prep. I am now with my main character. And him and his buddy, and they're arguing about him being the big baby. But very exciting. 366 words. Cool. That's a good amount. I always feel like anything is a good amount. I feel like I don't even forgive anyone's words just because I don't count my. Oh, really, all words are valid. I can't speak. But Esther, what you said before about not being able to picture things, I definitely have had other people. Actually, during the World Wide Readathon, I think it was Katie, where I was telling them some stuff, like in the comments about what I was writing, and she was just like, "Oh, this is why I couldn't write sci-fi. I'm not that creative." And I'm just like, "But you are." Fantasy is just as equally creative, especially if you do a whole like high fantasy situation. It's just as equally creative. Hoffman, 343 words. Cool. I write slower when my story is in English. I have to find the words. Oh no, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Esther can probably understand that because she's also bilingual. I count mine, especially for cant, because I'm counting 3 whips. Wow, word counts together. That's fair enough. Counting words is just too hard for me. I can never find what I'm trying to say, or not trying to say, where I started. Though I feel like in this one I might actually be able to keep track better, because I'm doing 2 different perspectives. But the one camp that I tried very hard to keep track of my word counts, I swear almost broke me in trying to keep track of my word count. It was not good, and I just not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna go back there. It was definitely too toxic for me. I had 57k words in my Camp Nano project for July. Awesome! 57k, like you started your whip at the beginning of camp, or just like your whip in total, you're at 57. Either way, amazing, but I'm curious. I either write in a different color or just put that little asterisk. I have had other people tell me that too, and I'm just like, too much work. Too much work, especially when I start wanting to just write, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. And also sometimes with my dyslexia, color can be distracting or difficult. Like my documents are usually like dark gray to like black because pure white is too harsh for me. So that's the other reason I don't do like the highlighting or the color, because it can just be difficult. When I would highlight when I was in college and I had to highlight to study, I had to use very specific like color tones and specific colors to either not like distract me, but also I had to like assign a color a certain thing, and it had to be the same thing for like every subject. Because if I use that one color for one thing in one subject and then that same color for a different thing in a different subject, it just threw me off. So colors can be difficult for me. I do actually do the different colors more for when I'm revising. I haven't had to truly revise yet, so. Oh, here we go, I missed it. Started at 0 words in July. Awesome! Awesome. You are aspiration there. I don't think I could write that much. You know, I know I can't because I've failed every NaNo that I have tried to do as Puritan. It's totally okay if word count doesn't work for you as long as you are writing. It doesn't matter. Yes, if you count words, scenes, pages, etc. Yeah, I do keep track of like my monthly word count. So like I know from month to month how much I've progressed, but the like individual session stuff is it's just too much. Too much for me. But yeah, some people find it like motivating to have like a goal per day or like a goal per week or a goal per session. That's fine. Like you said, like if it works for you, it works for you. I have found that because I keep track of like my word count at least per month, I can have like a soft word count goal for a month, and it's easier for me to obtain that versus like a daily word count goal or like a weekly word count goal or something along those lines, especially because sometimes I will get a writing bug and just write a ton of stuff on one day. I don't do any video editing, I don't do anything but write, and those are usually like the days that I'll put in the most work. So the month thing definitely works better for me, especially because I can do that where I just fall into a hole for like one whole day and then climb out and be like, oh wow, I wrote so much, I'm not going to write for a few days now. Plus life happens. Yes, and as I am a caregiver for my dad, there are definitely like weeks where I get nothing done because I actually a lot of the times his treatment week is more of like an video editing week for me than a writing week because my keyboard doesn't always work on my laptop, which is why I always use like a keyboard. And this is too cumbersome to bring to the doctor's office every single day. So the keys that I need to video edit work on the keyboard, the few keys that I need versus the whole keyboard that doesn't work. So I tend to just video edit that week, and I usually get like 0 words for the whole week in my draft. So I have kids, so I can't go into a hole and write, but I'm on a summer vacation. Yeah, exactly. Kids, family members, work in general. Everyone has a thing. But hey, you have kids and you've already written 57. You are aspirations up there. Aspirations. All right. Let's start another sprint. We're going to do 25 minutes. Dun-dun-dun. Buttons, buttons, this button. All right. 1, 2, 3, and go. Okay. All done with that. Am I halfway through my scene? My second scene? With the main character? I'm giving cultural reference to things. Yes, that's what it's called. It's nice because both of their friends are total different alien species, know nothing about their culture, and I can use that as a way to explain things. And it doesn't sound like a just info dump randomly. I could still have that whole idea of like in a fantasy where you bring the main character into this other world and you use them as like the audience's point of view and use them to explain everything. I'm using the like two friends as that. Got 508 words to finish a chapter and started another one. Cool. And got 498. Yay! You guys are like along the same path. That is awesome. Let's see, anything over here? No. Yeah, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do that because I was like, well, how much can I explain when both of these characters are part of that culture without like info dumping? But having the best friends be such an integral part of this book at the same time, but also not really knowing anything, I'm like, there is my way to not info dump, but still give lots of information. I just have to make sure I don't put too much information in at one time, because then it becomes info dumpy, I'm sure. Ooh, that was like a weird hiccup, whatever thing. There we go. And let me save this again. I'm also trying to use other. I had to figure out. I didn't want to say God, so I was like, what is another word that another species might use? I mean, God could definitely be another species phrase for spiritual guidance, but I wanted to use something else. So I needed to think of something right as the timer went off. I was like, dang it, I need like another 5 seconds. In my chapter, my main character is learning about mating and how it affects her. She is a Fey wolf. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Very interesting. Like, is she half Fey and half wolf? Is that what she is? Or like, is a Fey wolf a whole like werewolf subspecies? I'm curious. I'm intrigued. My brain went half Fey, half wolf, but she is. Oh, okay, she is. Okay, yay. I reached 33K on camp, so I'm going to bed. Thank you for the sprint stories. Oh, yeah, of course. Hopefully would be able to catch the next one. I hope you get more work done. Yeah, my next writing sprints will be on, let me double check. I think it's Sunday, because next week is Dad's treatment, so my schedule gets changed up. Yeah, so Sunday the 24th will be the next sprints, because Dad has treatments, so there won't be Mondays, because I gotta sleep. And they might be a little bit earlier. I have it set for 9:15, but I could pop on a little bit earlier, being that I have to go to sleep a little bit earlier. So we'll see. But thank you again so much for coming. I appreciate it. Half day, half wolf. Yes. At the same time. Oh, on Sunday. Yeah, like I said, it's scheduled. If you look on the channel, the next stream is scheduled for 9:15. But if I can do it, sometimes the Sunday stream will be a little bit earlier, so that means I'll end a little bit earlier. But it all kind of just depends on how I feel, what's happening, all that jazz. So, and that also accounts for occasionally I'll have random Sunday streams on like a normal basis, and those are never scheduled, and they're always like roughly around the same time-ish, sometimes early. It depends on how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, if I'm avoiding editing videos. Okay, as soon as I get off from the stream, I'm on Sundays. I'll check if you are still streaming and get more words. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I will look forward to seeing you then. All right. Well, let's do a 15-minute sprint, and then we'll probably do a 10. Good night, Esther. Good night. Do a 15-minute, and then we'll probably do a 10 to wrap it up after that, most likely, because we're approaching the 2-hour mark. And I want to be off before my husband gets home, so we'll see. Oh, I hit the mic. I am sorry, but let's at least do a 15-minute. 15-minute for sure. Oops. Gotta change the scene. You know what I'm doing? Question marks. All right. 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3, and go. All right. Okay. There is that one. I started another chapter. Actually, time to do the wedding scene. At this point, at least. That's what this chapter has to be. I have described enough. I must actually do the work. How did everyone do that wants to share? Oops. 244 words? That's pretty good. That is really good. I want to do a 10-minute timer. I actually don't have saved a 10-minute timer. I might just have to pick a random one. Oh wait, I think someone has. Is it here? No. It's under the 20 minutes. Wanted to keep on theme and do space. Where is this one? Okay, good. They do have a 10-minute one. Oh, they have a 25 too. I mean, it's the exact same timer, just with different times, but. Alright, let the commercial roll for a hot minute. And then we'll just do this 10-minute timer. Be done, so just be to close us off. Let me see. Curious if commercial's almost done. Almost done commercial. I like to at least give people like one commercial because it's fair. They get to make a little. They get to make some money off of the ad. I think that's fair. I'm sure almost everyone skips the like ad one-timers. Alright, and I have this muted. We'll still have the lo-fi going in the background because I personally know, because this is like Star Trek timer, that at the end it has like the red alert and it's kind of jarring. So I'm gonna keep it muted. We'll have the lo-fi music. Also, I don't play any of the music anymore that they show because I got copyright struck like last month. So now I just don't play anybody's music. I don't trust anyone. Oh, you pay YouTube for that's so helpful too. I do not do that. That would probably be useful with me using timers. That way I'm just like contributing in total. But I think commercials are also a good break for like if I'm talking to people, I can have the commercial going in the background and then have the stream? Nope. The timer ready. Words. See, I'm getting tired. It's probably a good thing. I go to sleep soon. Alright, let's do this. 10 minutes, round out, closing thoughts, wrap things up. Alright. 1, 2, 3, and go. All right. We are done. That is it. That is the last sprint. We are done. We made it. Yay. And I am definitely tired. But how did we do on that last closing sprint? I definitely got to a point where I'm good with stopping right before the ceremony actually starts. Did a little bit more setup. Got to the point right before she's gonna walk down the aisle. I'm gonna do the walk down the aisle thing because I like that. I think that's cute. So I'm gonna make it a thing. Only 81 words, had to go to the chapter before and correct a few things. That is fair enough. Blah, 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 words. Well, I am gonna go ahead and end. Sorry, I was reading. If you want to keep writing, or if anyone who is not currently hasn't wanted to comment all night, there is another sprint going on. It's been going on for 25 minutes. It's AS Reiner. She's sprinting right now. I'll put the link in the bio. She's nice. I've seen her with the Worldwide Readathon. If you want to join her. But yeah, for me, that is it. I'm ending it. That is the last sprint, the end. Thank you so much. If you're wanting to sprint with me again, specifically with writing, like I said earlier, thanks so much. Yeah, of course. I will be sprinting again Sunday. Technically at 9:15, most likely will be a little bit earlier. But if you want to know for sure, you can hit the bell. And I pretty much always, post it on Twitter when I'm going live. I was really good at doing it on Instagram. I have now become not so great at Instagram in the sense of letting people know that I'm live, but Twitter is for sure where I've been doing it. And on Friday, I will be live on Twitch with another game stream. If you're interested in that, wanting to take a break from writing, just chill. Don't know what I'm playing yet, but I'll be live over there. But yeah, thanks for everything. Should be down below. If they're not, I have them on my homepage of YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night, good day, whatever time it is for you. Bye.